It's definitely way more work than expected. It's way more stress and less of the cute things you guys would expect to be. Keep in mind, raising a monkey is a lot of work. It's financially quite expensive. You'll bring them all the time to the vet, to the doctor. They're very sensitive to even human, disease. So they can catch the flu as well. They can be, they can die of things like that. So you have to be very, very careful. And let's put away the physical part and also mentally. If they don't have the right environment, the right social interaction and social stimulation, they can get depressed. Then they start to bite themselves until they bleed and start to hurt themselves. So it's very, very hard to raise and take care of a monkey. This is also the reason why monkeys are definitely not good pets. Most of you guys will think, oh, I would love to have such a cute monkey and sleep with him and cuddle with him all the time. But keep in mind, these monkeys, they grow up, they get aggressive, they will throw around with their own shit. You won't be able to introduce them to your friends because they will bond to you and they will start acting and reacting aggressively to everybody else. And yeah, this is just a very, very important information. Don't think monkeys are pets. They are not, and they're terribly hard to take care of. Future projects, definitely a global wildlife show, which allows me to extend that mission by 300%. So having that global wildlife show up and running and going and streaming is a big, big goal anytime soon. Then definitely the merchandise line is also very important. Then the Live Wild project. Fencing up the whole back of my farm, getting all the permits right, the security measurements in place to be able to release the lions in the back of the farm so that they can have a beautiful, secure and wild life out there. And then another project is definitely a speaking tour where I want to tour globally in big cities to come to you guys, speak to you guys, shake you guys' hands, tell about my story, tell about my views, my values in life, how I've built things, how I'm communicating with lions, how I learned all of that. And that's definitely also a great project. And I think many more to come. Oh, that's a mean question. I mean, that's kind of asking parents which one is your favorite child. It always depends on the mood, actually. Sometimes I'm totally in the mood to hang out with Chucky, the spotted hyena. And sometimes I'm just way more in the mood to hang out with the pride, or maybe just with a single animal of the pride, maybe Dexter or Nile. Well, Nile is always a little bit of cheeky girl, but yeah, I can't answer that question like that. It's like everybody's my favorite, and it depends on the mood. Very good question, and this question has been asked already a few times before, which is the reason why I'm gonna go a little bit more into detail in this question, or in this answer. So all the Hakuna Mipaka animals which are here on the sanctuary, they have a lifelong and secure home here at the Hakuna Mipaka Oasis. We do have every now and then rehabilitation cases which go back into the wild, but most of the animals which you guys know, such as the lion pride, Chucky the hyena, Momo and JJ, the monkeys, as well as Lulu the Burmese python, they have a lifelong home here. Let's start off with the lion pride, for example. It's not as easy as you guys think. The lion pride will definitely be able to hunt at the later stage. Once, you guys can check out on my website, the Live Wild project. Once I succeeded to dedicate the entire back of the farm, which is about 3 million square meters of pure African wilderness with lots of zebras, impalas, and wild game animals out there, which they can hunt. They'll be able to live as wild as possible. But being able to release them back into the wild will not be an opportunity for me. Why? Because I would not even get the permits to do that. keep in mind, these animals, they have been born in captivity. They know since day one what a human is. So they lost their natural fear of humans. This is problem number one, because out there in the wild, where there's no fences between the wild and the next village, that's where human-wildlife conflict becomes a big problem. Now, actually, most of you guys out there don't know that, but number one case or number one threat to our current wildlife on our planet is human-wildlife conflicts. And this is where wildlife meets human populations and where humans end up killing them or poaching them or whatever. So our population grows into their habitat, which doesn't leave them any other opportunity than entering the habitat of humans. And this is where that conflict happens. Now, if I would put Dexter and the Pride out there into the wild, first of all, they wouldn't be protected from poachers, because poaching is still one of the huge issues out here in Africa regarding wildlife. And number two is, since they are not scared of humans, they would end up right into the next village, taking down maybe cattle of a farmer, being a threat to children's, to adults walking around on the street, and end up being shot. So releasing a pride of lions out there in the wild just like that, even though I would want to do it, it wouldn't be allowed by the government. But what I can do according to my possibilities is dedicate my entire property to them so that they can live a life as wild as possible in a secure environment. Yeah, I speak 7 languages. Not all of them super fluently, but I can, you know, I can have a proper or quite a fine conversation with somebody in it. The languages are, well, German and Swiss German is actually 2 languages, but very similar. English, French, Italian, Croatian and Portuguese. Ja, also was soll ich auf Schweizerdeutsch sagen? Ich komme von der Schweiz, ich bin 27, bin in der Region Zürich geboren, dort gross geworden, auch dort in die Schule gegangen und mit, ich glaube vor 4 Jahren, ja, vor 4 Jahren hat alles angefangen. Und vor 2 Jahren bin ich auf Südafrika gezogen und habe meinen Traum angefangen zu leben. Instruments. I play piano. I taught myself piano at a very early age, so I can't read notes, but if you give me a good piece, a melody, I'll check it up on YouTube or just listen to it over and over again. And with the time, I'll find out which you know, tones I have to play, and then I'll just play it. And then I love ukulele. I wouldn't say I'm a great ukulele player, but I'm a passionate ukulele player. And Noé loves my ukulele skills a lot, so he's listening to them every now and then, falling asleep to them as well. Yeah. Very good question. Now, for those ones who don't know who Larissa is the dog I've rescued during my time in Brazil. All right, next case here in Rio. This dog, look at her leg. Can you see this? That doesn't look good at all, and she followed us right under our car. And guess what? We're taking her with, and we're trying to fix her and give her a home. Yes! Oh my girl! We're gonna fix you. You came right up to the right people today. It's your lucky day. Alright, and now we are finally on our way to the clinic where she's gonna get all the treatment she needs, where we're gonna do some x-rays. And yeah, we're gonna get you fixed, my little girl, right? I had a Brazil trip about 5 months ago where I met that dog which had a hole in his legs, full of maggots, terrible conditions. She would have died if I wouldn't have taken her to the vet. And yeah, then during my trip I took care of her. I fixed her together. We had operations and everything going on. And then from that moment on, when I left, I planned her trip to South Africa because I wanted her to bring her to the Economy Park Oasis. This is still on, nothing changed. She will still come to South Africa, but I would have never ever expected that all the permits, the paperworks, and all of these things, the tests and everything what needs to be done for a rescued street dog to travel from Brazil to South Africa is such a huge nightmare. I've got dozens of people involved, different vets from South Africa as well as from Brazil. I've got people involved from the governmental department of animals and animal welfare and import-export. It's a huge struggle, but we are on it. We actually achieved to get everything right. Everything was done 1 week ago. We even booked the flights, and now everything was cancelled. Why? Because of the coronavirus. We're on it. I'm not gonna give up. I promised myself and you guys that Larissa will come to the oasis here in South Africa, and this will happen. The naughtiest animal most probably will be Nile, I guess. Because she's really... Like Chucky can be tough, the spotted hyena. But Nyla is just... She's so obsessive. Like she's obsessed with me. Yeah, I think Nyla gave me the most scratches and scars so far. No, I'm not vegan, and I do eat a lot of plant-based food as well. Not only, I eat between 2 and 3 meals a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, with meat.
Fish. As a vegan curry, we need 1 more dish for dinners.
Another vegetarian, because we have enough meat on that now.
Sometimes we're gonna have a braai.
Yeah. So what is another good vegetarian meal? Also the vegetarian menus, if we want to keep them vegetarian, which would be also cool for him, and that she doesn't need to cook twice, you know, once vegetarian, once meat.
Everything is done.
I believe that meat is, for me personally, an important part of my diet. Not as much as it was back then. I used to eat meat like twice a day. Now I eat it like 3 times a week. Yeah, another very important thing for me, it's just, you know, a little feedback to all the vegans. I've got a few vegan friends as well, but I think one main reason why I've never became vegan so far is the way vegans try to, or the way vegans approached me so far. Most of the time I got heaps of hate discussions with them. They are very aggressive. I know it's not everybody. I've got friends, they're super cool. But most of the time when I get confronted with vegans, it's a very negative discussion I have with them. And everything else which is not vegan is evil. Like, even though a person loves animals and is a good person, which is maybe not too much educated on what the meat market and the mass productions and all of that, they'll just put hate out of there towards everybody who is not vegan. So it's just a little advice to vegan people out there, which I respect and appreciate a lot as well, because I believe the vegan movement is important. Try to win people with positivity and not with negativity. Try to tell them what is the benefit and the profit and the cool thing about being vegan, but not in a way trying to put something else down. No hate, I respect all of them, and yeah. My love life. Yes, I am single. I was in a relationship for 6 years though. Didn't work out in the end. Also, you know, I've got quite a crazy lifestyle at the moment, living out here with the animals, having limited time to dedicate to a relationship or a woman. So yeah, my relationship at the moment is based or is dedicated to the animals, and whatever else comes in the future, I can't tell you now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see what's next, then make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel right now. And if you want to see more content, you're so welcome to follow my other socials as well. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later.